Now moving to the next part over here, and now it is somehow most important. Now in this numerical, I am trying to tell you how to write any general proof when it is given in your syllabus. Generally they give you only statement. I repeat, generally they give you only statement. With the help of statement we have to draw a diagram, we have to write the given with the help of diagram, then we have to write to prove, and then we have to write the proof. But how to write in systematically manner? In this numerical, I am going to try to clear you so that maximum student can understand the methodology. And the part is question number 5. Prove that, means it is a proof. Prove that an equilateral triangle is equiangular. An equilateral triangle is equiangular. Equilateral triangle means its all three sides are equal. Is equiangular means its all angles are equal, that we have to prove. Let us say according to this proof theorem statement, I am going to draw one diagram, and with the help of diagram I am going to clear all the part. So one by one, let us say this is a given triangle, and just as a part of a nomenclature I am going to call this triangle as triangle PQR. Now in this triangle PQR, one by one. Here first side is PQ, second side is QR, and third side is a PR. They have given the statement an equilateral triangle means side are equal. They have given means they have given PQ is equal to QR is equal to PR. These three sides are equal. They have given us, and then we have to prove that if sides are equal, then angles are also equal. Means equiangular. Means we have to prove this angle P is equal to angle Q equal to angle R. So what may be part in terms of a given and to prove, I am going to write over here. And the part is, so first given. Now remember, in theorem, in statement, they are not declared about PQR. You can take the name of triangle LMN, ABC, XYZ, whatever may be. According to that, you are given and to prove, writing style will be modified. Given, they are given triangle is equiangular. Equilateral triangle. So triangle PQR is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means they are given all three sides are equal. Means you can say that PQ equal to QR is equal to PR, that they have given. Means PQ equal to QR is equal to PR, three sides are given, and we have to prove that this triangle is now equiangular. Means we have to prove. So to prove triangle PQR is an equiangular means you have to prove its angles are equal. In short, your target is to prove angle P is equal to angle Q is equal to angle R. That you have to prove. Generally, after writing given and to prove, it may be in one line, it may be in two lines. You have to write it in proper, and then you have to go for proof. Proof is generally written in the form of number, statement, and reasons. And in this case, we are going to start writing a proof. Now, according to this part, how are you going to write a proof? Please pay attention over here. Now, one by one, the part is, here we are going to write in terms of a proof, and the part is, directly we cannot reach up to the answer. So, step by step we have to prove the part. Here, we have to show that angle P equal to angle Q equal to angle R. But we cannot write at a time over there. So, one by one, we know that PQ is equal to PR given PQ is equal to PR. Naturally, as per first condition, triangle PQR, temporarily, these two sides are equal, means we can call it as isosceles triangle. Then opposite to PQ, that is angle R, must be equal to opposite to angle PR, means angle Q. This is your first part. Means in the first case, we are trying to prove that angle R is equal to angle Q. In second category, we are going to take two sides. One is a PR and second is a QR. Again this PRQ, here PR is equal to QR. Then these two sides are equal, and if these two sides are equal, opposite to this side this angle and opposite to this side this angle is equal. Now from 1 and 2 all three angles are equal. Naturally given triangle is equiangular, means equal angle triangle. As I explained over here, now I have to write it in proof. So please pay attention on writing style of proof. No doubt we are going to create group 1, group 2, and from 1 and 2 we are going to write 3 and a part is. So the first part. In triangle PQR, one by one, PQ is congruent to PR. PQ is congruent to PR. Reason given. Naturally we can say that triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. And if PQR is isosceles triangle, then its two sides are congruent, means PQ is congruent to PR, then opposite to it, opposite to PQ means angle R. Opposite to PQ means angle R is equal to opposite to PR means angle Q. I'm going to give it as equation number 1 and reason angles of isosceles triangle. Next, as we are able to get equation 1, in the same manner we are going to write equation 2. Second, again in triangle PQR. So, in triangle PQR, side PR is congruent to side QR. They have given, so I am going to write it as a reason in terms of given. Therefore again, triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. Now, if PQR is an isosceles triangle, side opposite to PR, side PR, opposite to side PR is angle Q, opposite to side PR is angle Q, is equal to side opposite to QR, angle P. So I am going to write angle P. I am going to call it as equation number 2 and the reason angles of isosceles triangle. Angles of isosceles triangle. Now, please observe equation number 1 and please observe equation number 2. In equation 1, we are able to prove that angle R is congruent to angle Q or angle R equal to angle Q. In equation 2, we are able to prove that same angle Q is equal to angle P. In first case, we are going to say that angle R equal to angle Q and same angle Q equal to angle P, means angle P, angle Q and angle R all are equal. We can write it from equation 1 and 2. So I am going to make third group. So in group 3, and we are writing it from equation 1 and 2. So I am declaring it from equation 1 and 2. Angle P is equal to angle Q is equal to angle R. Angle P equal to angle Q equal to angle R. All three angles of a triangle is equal. Naturally, triangle PQR, this statement, triangle PQR is an equiangular. Therefore, triangle PQR is an equiangular triangle. And in this way, with proper writing method and using the help of isosceles triangle, we are completed this proof. So please understand its writing method, because writing in a systematical manner, that is only the part. If any teacher is going to check for this numerical or theorem for 3 marks, then he is going to observe the first part. For all the writing and diagram, you are getting 1 marks. For this part, you are getting another 1 mark. And for last conclusion, you are getting 1 mark. Means in exam they only give you a statement, You have to draw a diagram. If it is a triangle PQR, then explain in terms of PQR. If it is a triangle LMN, explain in terms of LMN. But please, diagram given to prove and proof in the form of number, statement, reason, and also in grouping 1, 2, 3, depend upon your length of numerical or proof. You can easily write the part. And now in chapter 3, it is expected from you. So please adopt this writing method and clear your concept. Now students, we are moving to the next proof. Again, this proof is going to give you an idea when some nomenclature is already declared in a question. Means what? Prove that if the bisector of angle BAC of triangle ABC, means triangle ABC is already given as a nomenclature by them, and there is a bisector for angle BAC. So the statement is, prove that if bisector of angle BAC of triangle ABC is perpendicular to BC, then triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. What does it mean? Once again, pay attention. Prove that if the bisector of angle BAC of triangle ABC is perpendicular then to BC, then triangle ABC is isosceles triangle. It indicates that here we are going to draw a diagram, and that diagram is of triangle ABC. And definitely bisector of angle BAC we are going to draw from A perpendicular on base BC. And in that case, if it is a perpendicular, then triangle ABC is isosceles. That we have to prove over there. So try to understand how I'm going to draw a diagram, and next how I'm going to write given to prove and proof. Please pay attention on writing style when you are getting such a kind of proof. Now we have to understand the same part in terms of diagram point of view, and the part is, they have given triangle ABC. This is a given triangle over here. If the bisector of angle BAC means we have to draw angle bisector, is perpendicular to BC, means if we are going to draw angle bisector, means remember we are drawn over here one angle bisector. Now what is exactly mean by angle bisector? We can say that this angle and this angle is equal. They are already given us. Means this ray, whatever may be line or ray we are going to draw, this is an angle bisector, and it is going forward and becoming perpendicular. Means this is perpendicular over here. Means first of all we are drawn angle bisector, but this angle bisector is perpendicular over here. I repeat, the word perpendicular is over here. Means this angle is 90 or its adjacent is 90. Let us say I am going to indicate this point as point M. As they have not mentioned any point, so I have decided to take the point M over here. You can write E, D, F, P, whatever may be part you want to write. Now the part is, then the triangle is isosceles triangle, means we have to prove that triangle ABC is isosceles. If you want to prove triangle ABC as isosceles, up till this part all become given. Now you have to prove that triangle ABC is isosceles, means you have to prove that AB equal to AC. That part you have to prove. In that case, first of all I am going to write the given and to prove, and then in proof again I am going to explain how I am going to make a proof so that you can easily understand the part. So first given. So given in triangle ABC, here AM is angle bisector, AM is angle bisector. Also AM perpendicular to base BC, AM perpendicular to BC, that is a part become given over here. Now we have to prove that. To prove, then triangle is an isosceles triangle, means we have to prove that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle, means its two sides are equal. Now how are we going to write a proof? Please pay attention. From diagram I am going to explain how we are going to write a proof. Now if you want to show that AB equal to AC, in that case the part is, if AB equal to AC we want to prove, then we have two triangle. One is a triangle AMB AMB, and second triangle is AMC, AMC, AMC. We have to show that these two triangles as a congruent triangle. Now, if you want to show that these two triangles are congruent, then you have to identify the test. Now, which test? Pay attention, I am going to explain over here. First, angle BAM is equal to CAM, because AM is the angle bisector given by them, means these two angles are equal. Next, segment AM congruent to segment AM, common side or same side. You can draw it as a continuous or dotted, whatever may be part. It should be clear for your point of view. Third, angle AMB is equal to AMC, each 90-90. Naturally, by angle side angle, these two triangles are congruent. Means triangle AMB is congruent to AMC by angle side angle. Angle side angle, test of congruency. When two triangles are congruent, their respective side must be congruent. AB equal to AC. If AB equal to AC, then triangle ABC is isosceles triangle. And in this way, we are going to complete the proof. So the part is, I am going to write the answer in the form of, or proof, numbers, statement, and reasons. Now one by one. First, starting from part of triangle AMB and AMC. So in triangle AMB and in triangle AMC, one by one. Angle BAM is congruent to angle CAM. Reason, AM is angle bisector. AM is angle bisector given by them. Next, seg AM congruent to segment AM. Segment AM is congruent to segment AM. You can say common side or same side. I am going to write it as a common side. Third, angle AMB. Angle AMB is congruent to angle AMC. Reason, each 90 degree. Therefore, triangle AMB is congruent to triangle AMC by angle side angle, test of congruency. Angle side angle, test of congruency. As AMB is equal to AMC, when two triangles are congruent, then their respective sides and respective angle must be congruent. So writing that part in number 2. Here, as I am going to give it as equation number 1. As triangle AMB is congruent to triangle AMC from 1. Therefore, seg AB congruent to seg AC. Seg AB is congruent to seg AC. Reason, corresponding sides of congruent triangle. Corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Now, as AB equal to AC, our original triangle ABC is normal triangle. Therefore, here two sides are equal. Then we can say that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle. And in this way, we can complete the proof. Remember student, when you are going to write such a part, first of all you have to give the declaration in terms of a test, and after going to show that by test two triangles are congruent, by test two angles are congruent, then their respective sides and respective angle must be congruent. Automatically AB equal to AC, it indicates that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle, and you can say at the end proved. Remember, when you go to write such a part, making a group and writing it in systematically manner is the most important, and in this structure you can write your proof. It looks more attractive and systematic also. Hello friends, continuation with the numerical, and the part is, now we are in question number 7, and question number 7 is, in figure if segment PR is congruent to segment PQ, if segment PR congruent to segment PQ, show that segment PS is greater than segment PQ. Now try to understand the same numerical from diagram point of view, and the part is, here try to understand first diagram and observe this diagram first very carefully. They have given triangle PQR. PQR is one triangle, and PQS is a part in terms of another triangle. So we have to understand step by step. Here our target is to prove that PS is greater than PQ. That is only a target. Means we have to focus to its angle first. One by one I am going to clear some points over here, and then next. So first try to understand over here. In triangle PQR, they have given PQ is congruent to PR. They have given PQ is congruent to PR. Naturally triangle PQR is nothing but isosceles triangle. If triangle is isosceles, then its angle must be equal. Means you can say angle Q must be equal to angle R over here. Automatically angle PQR over here must be congruent to PRQ over here, because its opposite sides are equal. Now from this part we are entering into the reference over here. From this part, from the reference we are entering over here, and the part is, again observe a triangle PRS. For your triangle PRS, your angle PRQ. I have not drawn this side so that you can easily understand the part. Automatically, part is that here your angle PRQ, this angle become exterior angle for triangle PRS. Now remember, we know one property of exterior angle. What is that? Value of exterior angle means PRQ is greater than remote interior angle. Means definitely PRQ, this value is greater than angle PSR. Means this R is greater, or we can say that this S is comparatively smaller. So we have a part PRQ is greater than PSR. Naturally this is a greater or this is a smaller. But again this angle R means this angle R is equal to angle Q. Means we can say that angle PQS is greater than PSQ. Means I am going to draw third part over here. Our exterior triangle, that is PQS. So I have drawn again triangle PQS for your understanding. Now automatically from 1 and 2, our PQS means this angle is greater than PSQ means this angle. If PQS this is greater than PSQ means this angle. Naturally this angle is greater, its opposite side means PS is greater, or this angle S is smaller means its opposite side PQ is smaller. Means you can say that PS is greater than PQ, and that actually we want to prove over here. So how to write this proof in terms of an answer? Please pay attention seriously. From here we are going to write number 1 as isosceles triangle. From here we are going to write exterior angle for a triangle as a number 2, and third, from 1 and 2 we are reaching up to 3 and going to complete the conclusion. No doubt here your R point is somewhere over here, but we are not taking that point R for consideration. No doubt there is a PR which is a segment over there, but we are not taking into consideration. We are getting this triangle. Now how to write? Pay attention. Now student, in your textbook only this diagram is given. These two diagram I have drawn as an additional part. First of all, you are supposed to write the question on your notebook, draw the diagram and then try to understand how I am going to write it. Directly if you are going to observe at a time, you cannot understand because diagram will be get hide in case of observation part. So please first of all draw the diagram and then observe step by step how I am going to write the answer. So all this part I am going to transfer over here in the form of number 1 isosceles triangle, number 2 exterior triangle, angle of a triangle, and third condition from them. So one by one part is. Now again I am going to write the answer in the form of number, statement, reason, although it is not a proof. So one by one pay attention. First, in triangle PQR. So in triangle PQR, PQ is congruent to PR, or you can say side PQ is congruent to side PR. They have given, so I am going to write it as given. Naturally your triangle PQR, therefore triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. Now here the part is triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. Therefore we can have a part about angle, that is angle PQR is congruent to angle PRQ. I am going to give it as equation 1 and reason angles of isosceles triangle. Angles of isosceles triangle. Now after completing the part of isosceles triangle, we are entering into the property of exterior angle. So part 2 and a part is in triangle PRS, or you can say angle PRQ, angle PRQ is exterior angle of triangle PRS. If PRQ is the exterior angle for triangle PRS, now we know that value of exterior angle is always greater than its remote interior angle. So I am going to write, therefore angle PRQ is greater than angle PSR by exterior angle property. I am going to call it as equation 2, or slightly I am going to make modified over here and the part is therefore angle PRQ is greater than angle PSQ, and now I am going to call it as equation number 2. Now remember, there is a comparison between one by one part and we have to understand over here. In first case we have written PQR is equal to PRQ. So here it is your PRQ from equation 1. From second, same PRQ which is over here is greater than PSQ. Naturally, if this is the same, automatically this is a greater compared to this, means angle PQR is greater than angle PSQ. Why? Because PRQ is equal to PRQ and this PRQ is equal to PQR. So as these two are same and this also equal, naturally we are replacing PRQ, and writing PQR. But we are doing from equation 1 and equation 2. So the part is third. From equation 1 and 2. From equation 1 and 2. I am going to write this equation as usual. As angle PRQ is greater than PSQ from 2. Removing PRQ and writing PQR. Therefore, angle PQR is greater than PSQ. Again try to observe this part over here. What exactly we are able to do or prove? Here we can write from 1. As PQR is greater than PSQ, observe it over here. As PQR, or you can say PQS, because R is over here, means again I'm going to make modified PQR to PQS, means PQS is greater than PSQ. Naturally opposite to this angle, this side is larger, or opposite to this angle, side is smaller. As this angle Q is greater, then its opposite side is greater, means PS is greater, or you can say angle S is a smaller, its opposite side is PQ is smaller. So instead of PQR, making modification, angle PQS is greater than angle PSQ. Naturally opposite to PQS, side PS is greater than side PQ, and this is the part that we want to prove. And in this way you can complete your part of proof. Student, please be aware, writing of group 1, writing of group 2 and writing of 3 and explanation according to that diagram, it is the most important for your understanding. Although in a book they have given only one single diagram, I have drawn 2 additional diagrams for your helpline. Want to draw or not, that is depend upon you, but first diagram is mandatory for you. Second 2 diagrams are just for support, so that you can easily understand the concept. Whatever may be content, you can easily understand with that part. Continuation with the numerical, and numerical number 8 is. Now please try to understand this question. This question is logical and tricky. So the part is, in triangle ABC, segment AD and segment BE are altitudes. Altitude means you can say heights. And AE is equal to BD. Prove that segment AD is congruent to segment BE. Now, what is the part of a diagram they have given? Observe it. In triangle ABC, this is a triangle they have given to us, and in that case, they have given AD and BE is altitude, means they have given AD perpendicular to BC and BE perpendicular to AC. They have also given one additional part, and that part is segment AE is equal to BD. AE, they have given AE means this side is equal to BD means this part. They have also given AE is equal to BD. As it is not a complete line, so I have make a dotted so that you can easily understand the part. Then prove that AD equal to BE. We have to prove that AD equal to BE. Now here the part is that one angle is a 90, one angle is a 90. One side is a congruent, another side is a congruent. That we can see. Means angle E and angle D 90, yes, we can show. AE equal to BD they have given, so we can show. But what about third part or third side? We are not getting. Also, if you are going to observe this diagram like this, you never understand the part to prove. So in that case, I am going to draw 2 separate additional diagram over here of triangle ADB, which is over here, and second BEA over here, so that you can easily understand the diagram content. And no doubt, I am going to write the answer in the form of number, statement and reason. So I am going to also create the structure. But now break up of this part in terms of a 2 triangle. Now student, for your understanding, I have done one part. I have taken triangle ADB outside over here, ADB. Next BEA, this second triangle BEA. These 2 triangles separate over here so that you can easily understand the part. Now our target is to show that these 2 triangles are congruent. If we are going to show that these 2 triangles are congruent, definitely we can write AD is congruent to BE. That is our required part. Now if you want to prove that, we have to show these 2 triangles are congruent. How? In triangle ADB and in triangle BEA, first part, angle ADB which is a 90 and BEA, E angle is a 90, means D and E, this become 90. first part. Next, they have already given that BD congruent to AE, they have already given. Now, third part we don't have, but logically if you are going to observe these two diagrams, then there is one side common in both, that is AB, that is AB. So 90 to opposite, 90 opposite side means hypotenuse AB, 90 to opposite hypotenuse AB means AB is congruent to AB, or you can say hypotenuse AB congruent to hypotenuse AB. Naturally first triangle is congruent with second triangle by hypotenuse side test of congruency, and as these two triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test, naturally its remaining side and remaining angle must be congruent, means we can write AD congruent to BE, and in this way we are going to complete the writing part. Once again student, draw this question diagram and then observe the proof, then and then you can easily understand the part, because diagram drawing is best practice, then and then you can get understanding clearly. Now as we have discussed about these two triangles, now one by one I am going to write the part in the form of number, statement and reasons. So the part is, first, in triangle ADB, in triangle ADB and in triangle BEA and in triangle BEA, one by one, angle ADB is equal to BEA, angle ADB is congruent to angle BEA, reason each 90 degree. Next, angle, after clicking the part each 90 degree, our second part is opposite to it means hypotenuse. So therefore hypotenuse AB congruent to hypotenuse AB, reason common side or same side, we can have common side. And third, they have given segment BD congruent to segment AE, segment BD, they have given segment BD congruent to AE. So segment BD is congruent to segment AE, reason given. Now we can have, therefore triangle ADB, is congruent to triangle BEA by hypotenuse side test of congruency. By hypotenuse side test of congruency. Now when two triangles are congruent, their respective side and respective angle must be congruent. So second part, I am giving it as equation 1. As triangle ADB is congruent to triangle BEA over here, therefore side AD is congruent to side BE, reason corresponding sides of congruent triangles, or we can have side AD congruent to side BD, side AD congruent to side BE, and that is your final answer. And in this way, this numerical is somehow small, but understanding a triangle diagram is most important, and they have given mixed diagrams, so you cannot understand. So student, I have a simple fundamental trick. If diagrams are given in combination, please separate it so that you can easily understand the writing style and writing proof. And no doubt you should have a perfect reading for your geometry textbook. Just like Marathi, Hindi and English, you are supposed to read the geometry theorem in terms of books. हेलो फ्रेंड्स एंड माय डियर स्टूडेंट, अगर आप हमारे वीडियोस देख रहे हो और आपको ये वीडियोस पसंद आते हो तो आप हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और नीचे दिए हुए बेल आइकन को क्लिक करना ना भूलें। साथ में अपने फ्रेंड्स और ग्रुप इसमें भी आप ये वीडियो शेयर कीजिए ताकि नॉलेज ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बच्चों तक पहुँचे। अलग अलग टॉपिक के साथ मैं आपको मिलता रहूँगा। मैं आपका एसवी सर। आगे आने वाले वीडियोज़ को बनाता रहूँगा और आप तक पहुँचाता रहूँगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।